YouTube, this is Sherry again with another video. This one's gonna be like a warning. It's not gruesome or anything like that. It's just kind of my experience with coming back home and dealing with insurance, doctors, you name it. Everyone's experience is different, but really take into consideration that if you're going to have weight loss surgery in Mexico, to check up with your doctors, make sure someone will see you. Chances are they probably won't, only because of the issues with dealing with the fact that they did not do your surgery, so they don't want to be liable for you. So here's my warnings based on my experience. Both my doctor and the surgeon who eventually did see me wanted nothing to do with wanted to do with me related to my surgery. Mainly, like I said again, because they didn't do the surgery, they didn't want to be liable for it. My doctor knew nothing about bariatric surgery because she's just a primary care. And the other surgeon, again, just didn't want to. He wanted to save his own ass, basically, and I don't blame him. But I also found out, too, that say, God forbid, if something happened to your doctor, if they retired or passed away or something like that, you would not be able to get aftercare from any other surgeon. They most likely will deny you. I heard about this from another patient. Second thing, leave of absence. Most likely, unless your doctor can clarify that this is medically necessary, your chances of getting, leave of absence pay is highly unlikely. At least in my case, it was. Like when at Target, I wasn't there long enough to even qualify for the Family Leave Act. Or I didn't work enough hours, so I didn't qualify for that anyways. But I was able to qualify for leave of absence, but unpaid. So it's really something you need to take into consideration. If you're lucky and you have a sit-down job and you have no complications and you can go back to work, you're damn lucky. Because I was expecting to go back to work the following Monday, and I am now 3 weeks out from surgery. So, yeah, highly unlikely. It says, I put, your main option for aftercare will most likely be the ER or urgent care offices. We have quite a few urgent cares in Massachusetts, though I've never been to one. But at my last visit with my doctor, she told me that if anything came up related to my surgery, I had to go to the ER, that she would not see me. Frustrating. Let's see. You might need a letter of how many weeks you're supposed to be out. And I think you'd most likely get this, like, if you use personal time and you had enough time to cover it, then who cares? There's not really anything they can say. But like me, where I didn't have the available time to cover everything, sorry, I lost track, that I would need a letter of how many weeks I'd be out, even though I didn't actually get that letter until like last week. But at least they can go back and put it in their records that they did receive it. Now, the other thing is now that I have that letter, I have to get the letter saying I'm A-okay to go back to work. Again, I thought I was just going to need the letter saying, X amount of weeks, and then I can come back to work. And, yeah, they want both. Both jobs did. And I'm like, enough to drive you bonkers, and this is back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and I'm so tired of it. I guess this video isn't gonna be as long as I thought it would be. Anyways, and then yeah. So sorry. So the last kind of thing, well, that I wrote down is that my surgeon in Mexico actually approved me to go back to work on the 11th. That was clearly Monday. I'm still not back to work. But sorry for the glare. It's a lot of green, as you can see in my glasses. So he said I could come back to work. And I think even if I had gotten the okay from the doctor, at least one of my jobs still would have been like, nope, not ready for you to come back. You're still a liability. You know, my night job, not necessarily more physical, because I do have times where I stand still for like 2 hours at a time, but I'm not standing still, but I mean like I'm in like one area, on like Target, where I'm like all over the store. But they're concerned about the fact that I'd be standing for 13 hours a day between the two jobs, and then walking up 3 flights of stairs. I've only walked up the stairs, that much stairs, once, and it was at the surgeon's office here, because I wanted to basically test myself. I guess that's not the best way to go, but I did fine. I didn't pass out. So I just, basically what it comes down to is my warning is really weigh all your options. I'm not saying this to deter anyone from going to Mexico. It's just a cautionary tale that it could take you a lot longer to come back to work beforehand. And I don't quite mean for you to lie to your HR people, but from my own experience, the more you let them know about how you're doing, especially if you have a complication, the less likely they are, the more likely they are to keep making you wait longer. So if you are, like my iron levels were low, if that was the one thing that was preventing them from letting me come back, and I was fine other than that, why bother saying that when you know you can get better by taking iron pills and stuff like that? So just on certain things, just keep your mouth shut, get your paperwork. If you can, just give them that. Like, if they ask how you're doing, just say, I'm doing fine, leave it at that, So yeah, if you have any questions, just comment below. I'm free to answer if you have any, So anyways, sorry for looking over there. Have a good day, you too. Bye.